Oh, what's so funny, Mr. Noodle? What's so funny? I want to know. We want to know. What are you trying to say? Now you sound like a witch. It's not Halloween yet. What? I don't speak that language. Pupil? Who's... Ah! Oh, you're just so happy. You know, if you do that high... You sound like a nagging mother. You have been listening to the neighbors a little too much, Mr. Noodle. No, do not listen. Don't listen to those neighbors, no. You just have a lot to say this morning, don't you? Well, we have to go do mukbang. That's right, you get your hair ready. We have a very special, scary mukbang today. It's time to scare the sloths. Pihitos. I know. It's very scary today. Happy Halloween! Our little sloths! Okay, we are buried right now beneath all this stuff. This is a lot of stuff. We're doing Halloween candy and chips and chip and dip, and it's just a junk food. Mukbang. And this is what we could get here where we live. Oh, the shit's coming down. Come on, Mr. Noodle.
Better put my glasses for the sake.
That's my witch's hat. No, you don't want to go on my witch's hat. No. Back in the day when I was
the Wicked Witch of the West?
5 or 6, yes, I was the Wicked Witch of the West for Halloween. My parents knew. Okay, so what do you want to have first?
There's actually a hair on our...
I forgot to put my hair on. Oh, you want to do for me? You do for me? Thank you. Mr. Noodle's already playing at my hat. This is my witch's hat.
Roberto's eating my weave.
Oh, look at this. Oh, spooky. Okay, so first we are gonna have soybeans. This Roberto Noodle. You want to speak for some soybeans? Want some soybeans? Oh, or this is chickpeas.
Chickpeas and soybeans.
Chickpeas and soybeans. Oh! Every time hair in my mouth.
You're gonna sweep, okay?
You're gonna sweep that. These hairs come out very easily. Alright, so that was the bird food. Half of it's now on the floor. Okay, Mr. Noodle want to say something for all the sloths? Noodle?
There's hair on that.
I know, I just gave him hairs. Okay, you can come back here. So, what are we gonna have first, Orlin? For this special Halloween mukbang.
I should take off this hair.
You want to take it off?
Yeah, he's eating it.
Oh. You know, Noodle's not really eating mine yet, is he?
Actually, I could put it on the other. Look at him. He wants to go.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
You
did not pay for those. Hey, excuse me.
Better.
Oh,
I was gonna go for the hat.
Oh my gosh, my hair is everywhere.
So, we're gonna have candy first, right?
Sure.
Okay, what do you want to have?
So first we're gonna have these Halloween candies. This is the package and it has like a goblin on top. Ooh! And all these different colors. I don't even know what this is supposed to taste like. Is this like gummies?
No, it's definitely gummy.
Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, I'm really excited to have these Cheetos. So first, let's try this candy. This is our breakfast, by the way.
This is literally a breakfast, yes.
This is, I haven't eaten today at all.
I just woke up.
Mr. Noodle's kind of coming over. He's like, I want some. So 2 for you, 2 for me. We'll get one of each. Okay. So, wow, I didn't even plan that. It just came out that way. Look at him.
What they look like.
All right, here are the candies. Right. So I'm first gonna try this purple one here.
I beat you to that already.
Well.
It tastes like citrus.
This is an orange. Well, it was the color orange, wasn't it? Do you chew it? Very nice.
Another orange one.
There you go. Crunchy. Ow, my teeth. Orland's gonna get dentures soon, so this might not. You better enjoy this while this lasts.
I have like 8 cavities.
It's an ongoing joke in the family. Oh, Noodle wants a little more of these soybeans. You're eating the bird food?
No, it's giving it to Roberto.
Oh.
Roberto's a very picky eater though.
There you go. He's saying Noodle. Oh, it's very hard to see behind this thing.
Okay, so we tried 2 of these. I think that's the only 2 varieties. Oh, they have orange. Wait,
orange?
It probably tastes the same though. The green one tastes the same.
Here, let's open it up and see. So you had the green one, right? And I had the purple.
I had the green and purple both.
I think they're all orange.
Literally the same flavor.
Okay, so these are citrus flavored candies. There they go. Now, okay, I'm really excited for these Cheetos. Here are the Cheetos. I haven't had Cheetos for such a long time. I can't even tell you the last time I had Cheetos.
Those are caramel flavored.
Caramel flavored Cheetos. Tostadas con aire caliente. Very hot. Oh, there goes my weave.
Toasted with hot air. I don't know what that means.
I need some help. How do you make the weave stay? Any of you guys in the...
You have to pat the weave. There you go.
Any of you guys in the comment section, please help us, because we're learning. Anyone who does wear weaves, you guys are probably laughing at us. You're like, you have no idea what you're doing. Anyways, here it is. This is like,
What?
Oh. These remind me of Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Really? They taste exactly like Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Yes. Let me show
You should take some of these to the States to your mom. The popcorn's in it.
Okay, right here are the popcorns. Oops, dropping them everywhere. Wow, this is a really nice breakfast. Can Mr. Noodle have this or no?
No.
No? Okay. So how's everyone's day today? It's not actually Halloween, but it's a few days before Halloween. But on Halloween day, I won't be here, will I?
You won't?
No, I come back on the 30th. Halloween is the 31st.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to go to Florida to get some stuff done. I only have one hair today. Thank you very much. Mr. Noodle, I don't want to neglect you, so listen.
Sounds right here. It might be an animal in the porch.
That's what I heard earlier.
There's like something in the porch. Sounds like claws.
I'm gonna see a bird. I'm gonna cry. No, that was not a bird. It sounded like someone taking wire and going like this up against. Wait, our walls are made out of bricks. They're just painted white. That was really creepy. I have goosebumps now.
I think it's just a bird in our in the 3rd floor.
What do you think, Noodle? Noodle?
These are really good.
Oh, you love your chickpeas. I know.
You guys should totally look for this. Totally good. Not sponge, but it's really good. Okay, now we can try these peanuts.
Okay. Ooh, I love roasted peanuts. These are the peanuts right here. And they're wrapped up individually, as you can see. And I'm just gonna... Yeah, you're already eating. How are they?
They're actually not that good.
Ah, got plastic. Mr. No.
I'm actually not a fan.
No? I'm still trying to get this out of the wrapper. No. The struggle is real over here. I didn't even open it, did I? Oh, I did. Oops.
How we don't have mice in this house, I don't know.
Look at Noodle.
There's
Anyone
so
see what
much
he's
food
doing?
on the floor.
Okay, Noodle. Say Noodle. He loves his noodles. They're okay. I like them.
Yeah. Now we're gonna open this one.
I'm gonna show them that.
Okay, this is like Japanese peanuts. These are Japanese peanuts. These are actually my favorite thing ever. They taste like peanut butter.
I'm actually really digging these peanuts.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
These are much better.
Oh, where's our gun? I know, I'm sorry, I'm making that's Mr. Noodles crumbs everywhere.
Mmm, these are so good.
Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. So the peanuts are like wrapped up in something, right?
Mm-hmm. They're very sweet and salty.
My shirt, peanut butter. My shirt's flying down. I feel like a woman, you know what? Women, they're always pulling up their shirts. Not always, but some women do.
Tastes like peanut butter, doesn't it?
Mmm, just like peanut butter. Mmm.
It's good.
Oh yeah.
These are really addictive.
Oh yeah. You know, I brought peanut butter from the States, from Florida, put it on the airplane, because we can't get peanut butter here. And I haven't even opened it. No, I have opened it, but I haven't just once for my peanut butter pancake mukbang. That was my first, I think I opened it on camera, didn't I, remember? I haven't used it since. Just no weaves today. We're gonna be proud of our natural hair. You know, actually, when I was Wicked Witch of the West for Halloween, back in the day, my father bought me a woman's witch's hair wig. And I didn't want it. I was like, no, the Wicked Witch of the West has short hair. Now, obviously, if you look closely, her hair is not short. It's just pulled back in a bun. But when you look her straight on, you don't see long hair. Is that plastic good? I hope so. So, I remember telling my dad, like, oh, I don't want it. He's like, no, you need the... My dad was all supportive. He's like, yes, put on the dress, put on the wig, the weave. And my mom was like, Gary, he doesn't want the wig. The Wicked Witch of the West doesn't have long hair.
The Wicked Witch of the West had a bun.
What?
She had a bun. Right?
Yeah, like a bun. Yeah, pulled back.
Yeah, a bun.
That was such a great movie. How many like Wizard of Oz?
I actually like that movie a lot.
You know, it's a classic.
It was
Okay,
silly, but it's good.
I want to see what's in here. This is a pumpkin, as you can see, obviously.
There's like an assortment of candies in it. I can open it.
Yeah, I struggle. I have issues. Oh, you brought salsa. This is the salsa we're gonna dip some stuff into. What does it even say? Paracidísimo pico de gallo. I know that. Oh my god, that was a Spanish thing?
Yeah. Pico de gallo is Spanish.
And I thought it was spelled like gajo with a J. Gajo. This whole
It
time.
means, you know what it means?
No.
It means a rooster's beak.
Rooster's beak? They put that in here?
No, that's what it's called.
Ooh, what's that?
This is from MAC Cosmetics.
Oh, it only costs $200. I got it on sale
There's a discount
at Nordstrom.
There's a discount code in the link below.
Okay, no offense to the beauty gurus, or let's just being funny.
Glitter Avocado 21.
Okay, so...
Oh, look at all the... I'll show you up close, you guys. Here's all the candies, the assortment. Not even gonna cement... You know what? It's the same stuff as this, isn't it?
It's the same
It's the same stuff.
What was in that? Now I want to know what's in that. That's probably a gift. Let's bring it back.
What is it? It was a... Oh, yes, it's a surprise.
You want some food?
I'm sorry, but we have to pick up the prize. Come on, my baby. So the camera shut off. This G7X, you know, gives the issues. So, I don't know, we basically just opened up the prize, which fell out the bucket. And this is for Crocs, right here. It's like a little shark, and you're supposed to put it on, that is mine. You're supposed to put it onto your shoe. Everyone walks around, oops, so you don't take that off.
No.
Oh, oops, I tore it.
You broke it?
I broke the prize already, oh my gosh. I thought it was like a button.
You just...
Orlin has Crocs, actually. You know, I have Crocs too.
Mine are very dirty.
Mine look like
That's
clown
nice.
shoes.
You know, like...
They're his Crocs. Say no at all?
I haven't used these things. You broke it.
I did?
Yeah, you took off the glue.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You know, it reminds me of the little prizes you get from like the gumball machines. When you go to, my mom hated those. I'd be like, Mom, can I please have a quarter for gum? Can I please have a quarter for the gumdrop berry bop? And she, no, it's junk. No, it's junk. And ironically, my mom's a big hoarder of junk anyways.
What if she's watching you?
I don't think she's watching. I called my mom the other day.
Oh.
And she's like, how's the apartment? And that was the apartment that we first went to, like, back in January.
A year ago.
And she's like, oh, does Orlin have a bird? I bet Orlin's getting a bird. I'm like, Orlin already has birds. And she goes, oh, I was joking. I'm like, well, I make daily videos. She goes, well, I haven't been seen. Okay. How many of you have that kind of relationship with your parent? All right, what's next?
Ping pong boomba.
Pim Pom Boomba. Pim Pom Boomba. Not really sure what this is exactly. Oh, they're lollipops with gum inside.
Lollipop.
Lollipop. This hummus.
Oh my gosh, they're so cheap. They use straws for the lollipop. Look at that. Those are
Only
actual straws.
in Latin America will your candy be made with recycled straws. That is so funny.
Okay, so I'm opening up this one.
Well, maybe they do have like eco-friendly candy nowadays for all the California families. Eco-friendly, humane, free-range lollipops.
Tastes like watermelon.
Yeah. Can I have a little? I should get my own, but. Oh, that's really nice.
I love fake watermelon.
Oh,
My favorite
How you
flavor is artificial watermelon and artificial banana.
I really want to show everyone. This here is hummus that Orlin made out of soybeans, and he put guacamole on top to give it like a nice Halloween flair. And oh my gosh, we tried a little bit in the kitchen. It is so...
He almost spilled the whole thing trying to show it to you guys.
No, I saw it tip in. That's why I tipped it. I turned it. I saw. I'm careful. Tell them how you made it.
I soaked soybeans overnight with chickpeas, and I blended it up after pressure cooking them for half an hour, and then I added pico de gallo to it and guacamole and olives. And some salt.
Don't ever get the G7X.
It's the worst camera ever.
No, terrible. All right, now I have these chips here. These say nato chipo, plantano maduro, ripe plantain, plantano maduro.
Plátano.
Plátano maduro. I like saying maduro. You hear the guys on the streets, aguacate maduro, maduro aguacate. They sell ripe avocados, and people, I love it. You know, Nicocado avocado. I am so happy that I can walk down the streets. Shh. That noise. That's so creepy. It's like they knew we were doing a Halloween edition. The ghosts. There are ghosts here. But anyways, yeah, we walk down the streets and people sell ripe avocados. They put, not honey, salt, sugar. They do honey on the chontaduro.
Yeah, chontaduro.
Ooh, and they have olives. Let me make a nice little Halloween one. So I love, getting my avocados off the street. I'm just no more showing you guys. This is just no.
I'm gonna have to clean all this.
I will clean it. It's okay. Oh, we forgot napkins.
That's disgusting.
Mmm.
He spread it all over the white table.
Noodle wants some. He can have a chip, right?
Yes, yeah, a little.
A little bit, because this is just made out of banana. Noodle?
Picked up the mess. No, spill it.
Zoom in. Look at that, you guys. He's so cute. Can you hear him chewing? Crunch, 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 crunch. Wow, he's making a mess. You know, they say Polly want a cracker. I don't think you're supposed to give crackers to birds.
They do.
Crackers are too messy.
Yeah.
They bite into it and the crumbs go flying everywhere. They only eat 1/3 of the chip because in the process of chewing it, it goes flying everywhere. Oh, you spilled on me too.
Yep.
Noodle, what do you think of the
Keep
chip?
destroying my hat.
Oh gosh, life with birds. How many of you have parrots? So,
These are really good.
I love these guys. These here.
Oh, let me watch.
So these are, we ate these watching the presidential debate, the first one, remember?
Oh, that was fun.
That was really fun. We were like, so numbed in the mind from this. We were like, what did she say? What did he say? What did she do? Oh, what? You know, actually no, we did pay attention, but.
It was very trashy.
These were good, but no one was better than the barbecue ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love the barbecue chips. This reminds me of Fritos. No, not Fritos. Yeah, Fritos mixed with Fruit Loops.
That's the windows and the neighbors.
Yeah, okay. I know that sound. So many spooky sounds on Halloween. Oh, these are little Fritos.
When you combine these lemon chips with the hummus, it tastes like shrimp.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, try it.
I never liked shrimp. I tried shrimp once in my life. I was a child. Never again. I think I was like 6 years old. Never had I hated seafood. Always did.
I hated shrimp because I knew what was in it. It's disgusting.
Is that enough? Is that enough?
You're gonna spill that.
No. No, Roberto's so beautiful. Pijitos, pijitos, pijitos. Oh, pijitos means head lice. We say head lice, head lice, head lice. Do you need a scratch?
Yeah, did you notice the shrimp taste?
It kind of does taste like shrimp. I guess. I mean, never ate it.
Tastes like fish food.
Yeah?
Like fish.
Well, it kind of does look like tuna, this thing. I love feeding Orlin and he loves feeding me. You guys were commenting, watching all my mukbangs this week.
Oh, they're saying that I eat like a 4-year-old. I see the comments.
I told you not to read them. They get to your heart. We don't want the hate to get to us. But some of them are saying, we think Orlin lives through Nick, watching him eat things that he can't eat.
Maybe.
You know, he's trying to cut out the junk. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not. I'm not trying to cut out no junk. I'm okay with it. I want it. I wake up and I say, Orlin, let's eat candy.
Okay, so now we're gonna have
the best of the best.
Tomato chips. I love these.
Oh.
These are my favorite chips in the world. They're like ketchup flavored.
What was that? Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. These are very, very nice. You can probably get these stuff in the States, in Australia, Europe. Just different brands.
What did you spill?
Oh, nothing.
These are my favorites. Don't throw them on the floor.
Oh. My chest. It's a little... You know, I should have been a big bad wolf for Halloween. I should have just been a hairy beast.
This tastes like mac and cheese together.
Oh my gosh, speaking of costumes. So Noodle was supposed to be Oscar the Grouch in the trash can from Sesame Street. Because he's green. And, listen, he said grump.
Yeah, and they go through this stage called the bluffing phase.
Bluffing phase?
Yeah, it lasts from anywhere from 4 to 2 years. I mean, 4 months to 2 years.
Oh my god, that's a long time.
And like,
So is that what he's doing? Bluffing?
yeah.
Well, you would know. You studied the birds.
Yeah, they become territorial. They try to bite you.
Well,
Yeah,
anyways.
it happens with a lot of the New World parrots.
What's a New World parrot?
Like South American parrots, North American parrots. Especially macaws and Amazons.
These look just like bananas. Like roasted bananas.
They're very good.
Oh, banana chips. Oh, he wants... And he gets... Last one, though. A little oily. So, yeah. I was like, let's put him inside a trash can. Orion's like, remember, he is living. He is not an object. I was like, I know, but like maybe for 5 minutes. He's like, no. We were even going to put a hat on them. You know, hats are okay, but you don't want to cover their chest because it's very fragile, so we're like, it's okay. They'll just be here in the spirit.
If you put too much pressure on their chest, they die.
What else do we have here?
A lot of junk food. Oh, we have these.
We have to try these. Oh my gosh, this is like
Super fruity.
super fruity, perfect for us. We're very fruity boys. Caramelo, sabor a frutas sortidas.
Caramelo sabor a frutas surtidas.
Sortidas. Okay. It's like sortidas, what's going on? Okay. So we're gonna open this up. You know what I should have done? I should have made a post on like the Twitter, excuse me, or the Facebook. You know, and said, send me your Halloween costumes and I'll show them in my mukbang, but I forgot. Okay, so they show you the flavors on the wrappers. So we have cherry, we have strawberry, citrus, Orlin, citrus,
I like
clementine.
citrus.
Orlin loves citrus, grape. Wow, so many different flavors. Look at these. Lots of different flavors. But I want grape. Oh my gosh, Orlin bought wine the other day. I can't wait to drink
It
it.
doesn't taste like citrus.
Well, this one tastes like grape juice.
Yeah?
Oh, my poor teeth.
Crunchy.
He's begging for more. Did you say noodle? Okay, one last one. You know what's so funny? Thank you. The other day, because you know we feed the birds really well. We give them fruits, vegetables, whole foods, some stuff like this if it's plant-based. And I'm like, we're gonna.
You just put a rocket of saliva at me.
I'm sorry. Well, this is not a polished production. Thank you to everyone snapping me yesterday during my little. You helped calm me down. You're like, don't be a production, be yourself. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I always have done. If you go back to my first mukbang ever, I was dropping stuff. Cookie, remember? Cookie.
Oh, yeah, cookie.
So what was he saying?
Something about. Oh, about snaps?
Snaps? Oh, yes, thanks to everyone who snapped me. But it was before that. Something.
I'm eating pico de gallo, by the way.
My mind. This is Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms. Are you still eating, Mr. Noodle?
Let's open this
Okay.
lemon scented, lemon flavored peanut.
Manimoto limon. Nuevo. It's new. Nuevo. Open like this. Oh. What is this? Here, you take some. Oh, these are peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts.
Oh, I didn't know that. But they're lemon flavored peanuts. Ew. Well, don't knock it till you try it.
That's really good.
Yes, they are. Anything with peanut, you guys, you know is so good. Oh.
I don't give them peanuts because peanuts are bad for birds.
Well, Noodle's staring it down like, hello. My favorite are these
I like licking it.
You ate all the Lay's chips. Oh my god.
I was prepared. How about you?
Oh, good. This is Orlin's like. I just love those chips so much.
I love these peanuts. Lick them, lick them.
Lick them.
Well,
My tongue is a private area. No, I'm good. Yes.
when you lick them, they're better.
Got mine. So, I was thinking, in Halloween spirits.
I'm gonna add guacamole to this.
Oh, which one? This one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. There you go.
Look at that. Yummy. So, in honor of Halloween, I was thinking that we should tell little ghost stories. As you guys know, I've never seen a ghost, but Orlin,
I'm haunted.
he has well, I'll let you speak for yourself. You can say whatever you want to scare the sloths, so scare them. But these are true stories, so it scares me, and I don't even see it.
So, me, my sister, and my grandmother actually have something called sleep paralysis.
Just keep going.
So, basically that means that something freaky happens. And it's very weird. It's basically you wake up and you feel like there's someone sitting on you and staring you down. And I get that, you know, at least once a week. I get that. And that's something that's been reoccurring throughout my life. But there's other things that have happened that not just to me, but like to other people that were with me. One time we were in a town in Colombia and we were driving to another town that was like 3 hours away. And we were driving at midnight. It's in a town called Cartago, Cartago. And it was very late. And it was with my uncle, my mom, my sister, and I. And we're in the car. And then all of a sudden we see like, we were like going through this dark road. And then we see like this zombie looking man crossing the road. And my uncle was honking at him. And he would just like not listen. He would keep on walking in the middle of the road. And so my uncle like just saw that he looked like a zombie, so he just ran him over. And it went through the car.
Wait, he knew?
Huh?
He knew it was a zombie?
It looked like a zombie.
Oh.
It looked like somebody like that's been dead for many, many years. Like the clothes were full of holes, and it was really weird. It actually happened. My uncle was there, my mom, my sister, so it was a real thing. And it went through the car, and we were all freaking out. And we did not stop at all. We just kept going.
And this is when you were a child, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom still remembers it. It was very freaky.
Yeah. So it's one thing if like you see a ghost, but if everyone sees the same thing,
Yeah.
imagine being in a car with your family and you drive through a person, you hit them. Now how do you know you didn't just hit a person? It was a hit and run. Did the car go bumpity bump bumpity bump?
No, I went through it.
Oh.
We saw it go through.
Excuse me.
We had the inside lights of the car on. Oh.
Wow.
When we got to Pereira, we were talking to some people from Cartago, because Cartago is so close to Pereira, and we told them what happened. They're like, oh yeah, that's very normal in Cartago. If you drive there at midnight, there's zombies across the road. Yeah. And also, we didn't stop for the figure because back then in Colombia was at war. And if you stop the car at the middle of the night, you would most likely, it was most likely a trap from the guerrilla to kidnap you and draft you into the guerrilla forces. So that's also why we kept going. Because you wouldn't, that was
You never stop a car in
that was the
Colombia.
number one rule. At night, you never stop a car. Back then, no roads in Colombia were safe.
This is good. How many of you guys are liking it? Give this a thumbs up right now if you're enjoying.
I was at my father's farm. He has a big, like hacienda type farm. It's very old. The house is over 100 years old. It's estilo antioqueño, the old Antioquia style of buildings. And I was staying at his farm. He was in the city in Pereira because he's an architect and he was working, so he left me alone at the farm. I was alone with the dog. I was staying in the second floor by the bathroom because I had a peeing problem at night. So my dad did warn me. He's like, in this farm there's a guaca. You can look it up. A guaca is an Indian burial that usually has treasures, spears, pots, and booby traps. And each guaca is usually guarded by an Indian spirit, like a native spirit. And well, they call them Indians in Colombia, Indios, and they call themselves Indians, so it's fine to say Indians. It's
They
not
call
like
themselves Indians?
India.
Before we get
India. Before
the
we get
police.
the comment, the police
Don't call them Indians, they're not from India.
They call themselves Indians here. India, okay? It's Colombia. So yeah, my dad warned me that there's an Indian spirit that protects the guaca, the treasure, or the burial. And, you know, I didn't really believe it. So I went to my bed. I had to pee. So I went out. And I had my glasses on, mind you. I went out and I turned on the light. And I heard like something behind me, and I felt cold, like a cold. It was cold outside already, but it felt even colder than usual, like a cold breeze. And there's no breezes there. It's like literally always still. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. So I turned behind, and I see this Indian woman. She was dressed in a white dress, like a white muumuu, and she wasn't touching the floor. You remember? You've been to the farm. You've seen the stairs. They like come out on the floor. Like there's a hole there. She was there. And I just saw her, and she was like lighting, like glowing. And I just ran into the bedroom, and I put that lock. Since this is a traditional house and 100 years old, the lock is a piece of metal. You just put a stick through the door. And I freaked out the whole night. I didn't even get to pee. I just held it in. It was so freaky. And then the next day, I told my father, and he says, yeah, she's the person I was telling you about. She guards the burial. A lot of people have seen her. Yeah, and she roams around the farm. He says that sometimes when he's out on a horse at night doing rounds to see if there's any thieves in the farm or something, he sees the glowing figure in the far off distance, and it's, you know, kind of freaky and spooky. But he says she doesn't do anything bad. He actually says if you actually ever get to follow her, she might take you to the treasure or the burial ground. So yeah, that's
So he's never followed her?
No, because there's booby traps. Like it only, and
Grenades
they
and
only
stuff.
supposedly, how the mythology goes in Colombia is that they will only show themselves to people they think could find the treasure, but they will only show you the way to very few people. Like they will only show the way, like lead you to very few people. Like you have to have Indian blood. and they will show you. And also they have booby traps on them. They put like poison dart frog, poison on a lot of the things, and if you touch them you can die. It's very tricky. There's people that actually specialize doing that. But the most haunted parts were always in the coffee triangle. It's so weird here. It's very freaky. This might be because in the coffee triangle there was a period of time called La Violencia, and hundreds of thousands of people were killed during La Violencia. They were killed miserably with machetes because they didn't have guns back then. They just cut them up into pieces and threw them into the Tebaida River in the Rio Quindío. And like there was blood like going through all the rivers. It was very bad times. So that's why people think that the coffee triangle is so haunted. There's a lot of like roaming spirits, like people that.
And that's why you guys left.
Another thing that happened to us was that at night, each night, like women in the farm would wake up with ponytails, like their hair braided.
Oh, that's happened to your sister. Tell them
A
about
lot.
what happened to your sister.
Yeah, that happened to my sister.
That story freaks me out.
Yeah, every time she would wake up at the farm, she would wake up with braids, like her hair braided. They have to put they like leave open scissors under the bed so the witches don't come, and they put rice on the floor so that the witches count them.
I have said in other mukbangs that Latin America is very high in witchcraft, black magic.
Well, anyways,
Brazil, ooh.
Yeah, all the women in the farm would wake up with like their hair braided, and the horses too. Like we had horses, they would always have braided like braids on their hairs, and people say it's witches that ride on the horse's back and they play with their hair and they braid it, and they also do it to like women. They braid their hair
While they're sleeping. How do they not hear
I don't know.
someone coming into the room?
That's just how the mythology goes, and it happens. People wake up with braided hairs.
Wow, this has gotten really serious. This mukbang. You see his face? He's not joking.
Oh, I remember something. It was a long time ago. I was in my hometown, which is a very unsafe part of Colombia. It still is. But I was in my grandmother's house in the second floor in my room. Like whenever I stayed at my grandmother's house, she like gave me a room to stay in because she had a big house. I went out of the room and I had a bathroom right next to my room. But in Colombia, the bathroom sinks and mirrors are outside the bathroom. So I went out to the sink. And I went in the mirror and I saw a man bleeding in the window, like in the mirror, like he was bleeding. And then a few minutes, and then I went running downstairs to my grandmother and I like hugged her. She was in bed reading a book. Like she would always read the Bible from like 10 or 9 to like midnight or whatever because she had sleep paralysis. She would not go to sleep before midnight. So she was always reading the Bible. So I went to her. And then, like a few minutes later, I heard gunshots. Like we all heard the gunshots. It was in the Parque Bolivar that was close to where we lived. There was like a big park. A policeman was murdered. He was shot in the face, like in the head, and he was bleeding. And we saw his face in the newspaper in the morning. In El Cubo, this is the newspaper that circulated there. We saw his face in the front page, and that was the same person I saw
In the mirror.
in the mirror. Yeah.
Before it even happened.
Before it even happened, yeah. Yeah, and that's something weird. Like, it happens, like, my sister, my grandmother and I, we get these weird visions and we see weird things. It's very freaky. Like, we have I have horrible dreams.
Orland's connected to dead people. It's not something I talk about often, but... Oh. Mr. Noodle's been trying to get some food during your creepy haunty stories. Say, Noodle! Yes, so hopefully nothing happens to Noodle. See, this is the nice thing about having birds. You know, you have dogs to help protect you, take care of you. We thought about getting a dog, but it's just too much work.
I'm very bad at telling stories and remembering things for stories. I'm just really bad at it. But there's one more thing that comes to mind. When I was in Ethiopia doing volunteer work in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
I stayed in a very creepy guest room. It was like ancient from the Civil War times. This was near the Omo River. You know, the Omo River, the cradle of humanity. Anyways, I was staying in this haunted, old, ancient... Like, as soon as I went into this guest room, I felt chills going down my back. Like I got like piloerection, they call it, when your hair stand up.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, goosebumps.
Piloerection.
That's what they call it. Anyways, my hair stood up.
Learn something new every day. Okay.
And I felt a presence in the living room because this guest room was big. The living room felt very off. It was creepy. There was these two, I think I sent you photos, there was like these two red chairs just sitting there. and I could feel that there was like something sitting in each chair, like a couple or something. I felt the presence, and I felt like they were old people. So anyways, that was freaky, and I would like run whenever I had to go through the living room to get out. I would just sprint through the living room. In my room, well, the whole time I was in Ethiopia, I was there for a month. I got daily sleep paralysis. It was horrible because whenever I go to places that are haunted, that are known to be haunted or that are old and people have died in them, I always get sleep paralysis, guaranteed. And I was in my room. One of the times it was really bad. Like, I'm used to sleep paralysis. It's really freaky, but I'm used to it. But I got it really bad in Ethiopia. Really bad.
I remember.
Like,
you sending me the messages on Facebook.
Okay, so here's the thing that happened. I was in my room preparing my lecture because I was teaching about tropical fruits because I'm a pomologist. I know how to grow tropical fruits, so I was giving lectures on that. It was like a community, it was like a college compound for students of agriculture and whatever. So I was just teaching them, you know, I was just preparing my class for the next day like I usually did. And it was late because I'm a night owl. I stay up very late because of my sleep paralysis. I like to go to sleep very late, so I don't get it. Laying in bed, and I started texting Nick. I was like, you know, I was done with my preparation for the class. I started texting Nick, and then all of a sudden, my phone just goes white. It goes white, completely white, frozen, and the lights in the room go out. And like I'm like, okay, something bad's gonna happen. So I grabbed onto the bed, the front of the, you know, the part where you sleep.
Bedpost.
Yeah, I grabbed onto the bedpost, and then something was dragging me out of bed. Like a cold hand grabbed my legs and started pulling me out of the bed. And this has happened to me before. A long time ago, I did get that. Something pulling your legs. I don't know.
My haunted boyfriend. I'm gonna start a book, a series called "Through the Eyes of Sloth." My haunted boyfriend. What it's like living. Okay, keep going.
So I was being dragged out of bed, and I could feel the cold in my feet. Like it was half of my legs felt cold, and then I couldn't talk. I had the sleep paralysis feeling. Like you can't talk, you can't move, you can only. That's why I grabbed onto the bed before I got the paralysis, so that I wouldn't be pulled out. Since I was paralyzed, I couldn't move. But when you get sleep paralysis, you can move your eyes.
But then you say it feels like you're screaming. You're trying to scream.
You try to scream, but you cannot scream. You cannot move your lips. And I just started like thinking of my grandmother, and I was like, I don't really have a religion. I'm agnostic, but I like started like asking my grandmother for help. She passed away a few years ago, and then suddenly I felt warmth in my around the area that was cold before, the part that was being yanked out of bed, and then it stopped. I just saw like a light, a white light. Like I could see
I remember you told me about that white light, and I was like, Orlin, why are you trying to scare me? This is fake. What? No. He's like, no. I'm very scared. He was crying and everything. He saw the white light. That white light everyone says before they die. The white light.
I think it was my grandmother helping me. I was very freaked out. You know how people say you have guardian angels or like spirits watching over you or whatever? I think she was just looking out for me. But
and that's why you always say, which one of us will die first? And Orlin says, I'm gonna die first, and I'm gonna haunt you every single day, so you know what a ghost is like. Because I've never seen one.
You did see one a few weeks ago. You got something scratching your back and
But I didn't see anything.
He was like hugging you, wasn't he?
I didn't see anything.
But you felt it.
It felt like a dream. It was a dream, I thought.
Yeah?
Okay, so I'll tell you real quick, lickety split. It is getting along mukbang, isn't it, you guys? This was an Orlin story mukbang, and I want to know what you guys think of it. So anyways, I'll just say my only experience, which I justify in my head. I'm one of those analytical, logical, rational people that's like, you know. I'm not going to tell myself it was a ghost, but so anyways, I go to sleep before Orlin. It's very common that I do this, and so I went to sleep, and we were sleeping on the floor up there when they were doing the construction or whatever. So I'm sleeping, right? And at least I think I am, and all of a sudden I feel a thump on my chest, and I wake up, and then I smell mushrooms. And I thought Orlin was next to me, and I thought he just hit me or rolled over, and it just shocked me right out. And I turned beside me in the bed. Orlin's not there. and I smell food downstairs. So he's still in the kitchen. You know, he'll eat at 10 p.m. By 10 p.m. I'm fast asleep. So when he came to bed, was it that night or I tell you the next morning?
You told me the next morning.
The next morning, I said, Orlin, I felt like, did you hit me? Did you bump into me at night? He goes, no. I said, and I remember it because as soon as I woke up, I snapped up. I smelled food in the kitchen. He goes, yes, I was downstairs making mushrooms or whatever.
Mushroom soup.
Mushroom soup. So that's the only thing. But sometimes I feel like, you know, when you're about to fall asleep, your muscles go through these little spasms. Like, it happens to everyone. Like, we're laying down, my leg, a twitch. And that's your brain. I studied this in psychology. That's your brain disconnecting your muscles. I know that's not the right terminology, of course. But it's so that in your dreams, when you're punching and flying and going on roller coasters, your crazy dreams, you don't actually act them out in your dream. Your muscles, your brain switches off your body. And so in the process, right when you're about to fall asleep, they kind of twitch. Comment down below if you get that twitch. So that's what I tell myself. It was just a twitch. But it was so, like, heavy and hard.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis, says Orlin, but I didn't see anything. The lights didn't flicker. I didn't see white lights. Nothing grabbed my feet. If you just Google sleep paralysis in a new tab while watching this or when it's over, you'll see that people all around the world experience this. They've been experiencing it since the start of humanity. It's an unexplainable phenomena of this connection of whatever. They don't know if it's in your head or if it's real. And I don't think we ever will know.
There's a famous painting called The Nightmare.
Oh yeah, the famous painting.
And
when you Google it, that's what you'll see, the famous
And
painting.
they show the incubus. There's the incubus and the incubi. They show the incubus sitting on top of the chest of a woman. And there's a funny story to this. Because women used to say that they were raped by I think it was the incubus that would rape them, that would sexually abuse them. And they would tell this to their husbands after they came back from war.
Wow.
Because they suddenly have a bunch of children that work for the guy. So I had this teacher, this art history teacher, and he was like, yeah, that's the excuse they use. The incubus. He was from Hungary, he talked like that. The incubus. But yeah, that was the story that, because ancient times, people have felt...
Like the Virgin Mary. People doubt that. Oh, come on. But, according to her, she had a child and didn't know how, so maybe it's the same kind of concept. Maybe sleep paralysis is controlled by aliens.
People really think that.
Maybe this whole idea of ghosts and stuff are actually intelligent life coming down and trying to interact with us. Or he doesn't lick. Would he lick? Would he lick? No, he'll just go. He wants to snap it. It's just sugar, you guys. Just sugar and red dye.
He didn't even try. He's just playing with it. Anyways, yeah, another freaky thing that happens to me during sleep paralysis. It's happened to me twice. It's something they call astral projection, which you get out of your body and you can see your body sleeping and you can see the people in your house.
Didn't you say you got that in Ethiopia?
I got that at my mom's house in Floro.
Tell them what happened.
And I also got it at a corner. I was sleeping. And I got sleep paralysis. Usually when I get sleep paralysis, I feel paralyzed, or I see black figures in the room with red eyes staring at me, or I see animal-like creatures sitting on my chest, or old women.
I'm doubting this. I'm like, no.
No, you can look it up. It happens to a lot of people. I get hag-ridden a lot. You look that up. Hag-ridden. That happened to me at the mango farm I worked at, like once. I think I told you.
You told me about that.
I got hag-ridden.
I know.
I'm actually a member of a forum for sleep paralysis. But anyways, I got this astral projection. Like, I didn't see the usual things during this. I saw myself, like I felt myself leaving my body. It was a very strange feeling. I just felt very cold. I couldn't really move, but I was moved like as if by a breeze through through the walls. Like I slept in the little room, so I went through the wall. I saw my dead body. I saw like my dead body or whatever, my body on the bed, and I just left and went to the other room, and I saw my mom and I saw her boyfriend, and back then my sister didn't live there. I don't think I saw Angel. He was in the other room.
Now, how do you know you're just not dreaming? Because we can dream things that are so vivid. How do you know?
Because it felt like sleep paralysis. and I saw myself, and I felt like a big breeze dragged me to my body.
Wow.
Like everything went in reverse, and I woke up, and I was like freaking out. And I could just eyes, and I woke my mom up, and I'm like, Mom, can I sleep with you? And I slept with my mom.
Well, your mom knows you experience these types of things.
I'm haunted.
Well, she's known for
Usually-
since you were a child.
Usually I put, well, she taught me this, to put a cup of water under the bed when I'm sleeping alone as an offering to spirits. Because sometimes they want water. Because she says that sometimes when people die, their relatives don't give them water and they want to drink water. And she says that alone makes them become roaming spirits, the thirst for a last drink of water. When my grandfather died, my uncle was living in London, one of his sons. Him and my grandmother have 5 children. One of his sons was in London, and then my mom came from New York to Colombia because her father was dying. She came on the day he died, actually. And it's interesting. My grandmother told me the story of what happened the day before. The day before, he said he wanted to tell her something. But my grandmother was very tired because she cleaned all day, and he was very sick, so she was taking care of him like a nurse.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of work. So he said he wanted to tell her something, and she said no. And then the next day he died. Like he didn't get to tell her the story that he wanted to tell her, or whatever he wanted to tell her, which she always regretted not listening to him. But anyways, the moment he died, you know, they gave him his water. He passed away a few seconds later, and all the doors and windows in the house like open and close. And my uncle called my family, called I think my grandmother picked up the phone. She was crying, and he told her that all the doors and windows in his house open and close when it was around the same time when he died. They just open and close. And that was what happened. And everyone, there was like, because I'll show you a video of my grandpa, like his funeral. The house was full of people. A lot of people saw this. You couldn't fit any more people into my grandmother's house. It was full of people because my grandfather was a very popular guy. You know, he had a lot of friends. And everyone was freaking out, you know?
Wow. So there you guys go. I am officially with a haunted boyfriend. I don't really talk about it much because I don't know how to talk about it. And
Did we try everything?
we basically did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, the coffee one.
The Oreos. People want to see us eating Oreos.
Oreo, yeah. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Oreos.
Neither am I.
But we got them just to get them.
So we'll just eat one packet.
Okay, we'll share. How many of you also get sleep paralysis? Comment down below. And how many of you have seen ghosts before? Cheers.
To ghosts. To being haunted.
Nice. But I would never crave an Oreo. Okay, one more.
This is the best part.
I'm not like the biggest fan. I know. Is that weird? I know I'm bad. I'd rather eat out of the jar of peanut butter.
You dipped it with some hummus.
I thought about that. I was looking like,
Hummus, Oreo.
Noodle? Noodle's been so good. He hasn't been whiny. He asks for food. And look at Roberto taking a little nap. Noodle has the scariest cackle though. A lot of you guys have heard already. And the other mukbangs. You know, like a creepy. And his eyes dilate and they're orange. So when his eyes dilate, you just see this orange ball. Like he looks like he's possessed. He looks like the devil. When he starts laughing, I get creeped out.
That reminds me, I had an African grey parrot, a Congo African grey, her name was Sahara. Whenever I would get sleep paralysis, because back then I wasn't with Nick, I would sleep alone with my parrot. She was in a
This is before we met.
Before we met.
When you had that bird.
Whenever I would get sleep paralysis, it was usually around midnight or 3:33 a.m. Every time it was those times, always those times. She would start freaking out. She would start screaming and flapping her wings.
When should you be sleeping?
I don't know how she would feel it. And my mom said, did you get haunted last night? Because she heard the parrot screaming and freaking out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe birds are like cats. You know, they say cats can sense ghosts. They can see them.
Yeah.
You know, cats are little freaky animals.
Unfortunately, I had to get rid of my African grey when I was studying. I couldn't keep up. They're very needy. They're needier than Amazons. African greys need a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So yeah.
More than Noodle?
More than Noodle.
More than peaches. Oh. Hijitos. You're so beautiful. Oh.
You know when you get like Halloween candy and you eat the whole pumpkin full of candy and you get sick from it? That's what we're feeling right now. What did you break?
A brick. Here they are, you guys. Super cocoa, and it's basically just made from coconut meat. Tastes like cocoa.
So,
I can smell it. Oh, he can have?
he doesn't like it.
Oh, a nibble. He's playing.
They don't really like candy, parrots.
Oh, this is nice. It's like toffee.
Taffy.
Excuse me, taffy, toffee. Which one is it? Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
And I said toffee. Noodle. Everything gets stuck in my teeth. Wow. Those chips are so good. They're the best. Well, thank you guys so much for watching our special Halloween mukbang. And if you liked it, please give this a thumbs up so that we know you liked it. And comment down below about anything we talked about. And let us know if you ate. You probably didn't have candy with us. Maybe you did. And happy Halloween. Have a safe...
Safe Halloween.
Have a safe Halloween. Make sure you go through your candy before eating it. When we used to go trick-or-treating, my mom and dad...
Sometimes they give you magic mushrooms.
At the end of the night, my sisters and I would dump our bags or our buckets onto the... my mom was like, whoa.
I'm gonna try each candy to see if it's safe.
Yeah, make sure it's safe for you, honey. Oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. But no, it's serious. You want to dump your candy onto the thing, and with an adult or a parent, if any children are watching this, make sure you go through each piece. Make sure there's no holes. If there's a hole, don't eat it. You don't know where it came from, because my parents were a little upset too, because we lived in the DC area, and there was cases of guys injecting, like taking a needle, a syringe, and putting it in some kind of. This was back in the 90s, I think. Any of you guys remember that? Something about the candy made a lot of people sick. And they said it came from the candy. So make sure if there's nothing laced with drugs or magic mushrooms.
In Colombia, each Halloween, if you leave your black cat outside, it will get stolen for witchcraft. They will sacrifice it.
Oh, really? Did you hear that? Don't leave your black cat outside of Colombia. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. What the heck? Orlin, are you making that scratching noise?
Wait, right now?
It was like a few seconds ago. It sounded like someone taking a wire hanger and rubbing it up against the bricks here.
I didn't do that. Maybe it was when I was this?
No. No, it was like right here in the room. And Noodle's speaking. That was so weird. So I'm definitely gonna add this to the end of the mukbang. So something really creepy, just like over here, we have bricks, right? And it sounded like someone was taking a wire hanger and going, just rub, because these make noise. That's what I just heard.